It's been a little while since I've done like a YouTube specific video, so sorry about that. I am much more active on TikTok because the short form and just filming on my phone is so much easier and faster for me, but life has also just been crazy, so even that's gotten less consistent. So I wanted to talk about this. I know this is a little different than some of my content. It is still like bags and pink stuff. Again, I know people want the ballet content on here. I just am not doing much ballet anymore. I just am not. I do it occasionally for myself, but not enough to really share much about it. Nothing's changed. I mean, it's maybe like once a month or so that I do much at all right now. So I'm sorry if that's why you came here. I am trying to speak on more other things that I enjoy too, because that's just life just changes sometimes. I don't know. It's not to say that I won't still post ballet content. It's just not what and if you look back, my channel actually originally wasn't just ballet either. It's just that that's what took off. But I know there are some people who still appreciate these videos. So this is a little bit of a chatty video. I'm sorry if that's not your thing. But my husband and I are going to be going to Europe in the future, in this next year. And it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's a once in a lifetime trip, but at the same time, financially, we can't really afford to be going any other time. We're going because of my brother's wedding, and I'm very excited about that because I'm photographing it for them. So there's a lot of factors in what we're going to take with us and what I'm going to carry with me. I am trying to figure out, because we'll be there for the wedding, but we're also going to do our own travel while we're over there because we're already over there. And yes, I'm going to have my camera gear with me, but my mind is also thinking camera gear for wedding is also different from camera gear for like nature, landscape photography, like travel photography. And because it's not a trip that we can easily take again, I am trying to take anything I can think of that I would want to have with me, which is hard. I also am too paranoid about leaving stuff ever that I'm going to want to have it just on me at all times when we're walking around. So one thing I did do, this is for my husband. I bought him this bag. Another photographer recommended it off of Amazon because it hooks up here. It also zips, so it's fairly secure, but also it's an easy one that he can have like around and then pull it around to the front, like if we're on like the subway or something. I don't know. He can carry at least like one of my big cameras in here because it's pretty spacious. It'll stick out more once that's in there, but it is pretty spacious. So I feel comfortable knowing that like I can give him some of my stuff to put in here, so it doesn't all have to be in my purse, which is nice. But that also doesn't mean I can just bring a bunch of extra stuff either. So, and I have to be the one to carry it all through like TSA and stuff because he'll probably just have this. He'll just have his normal like big backpack, and I don't want to put a camera in there, so he'll have this in his suitcase anyway. Anyway, though, that just means that there's a little bit of extra room there. He will be carrying our G7X, which is the little vlog camera, because that's what we film all of our trips and stuff on. So he will have that, and but that's all he'll be in charge of. And then other than that, it'll just be stuff he has in the bag. So what I've carried in past years that have worked, but I've carried a lot less camera gear in past years. This is my favorite bag ever. Like, that's not like a designer bag. This was my Jessica Simpson. I don't even know what this is, but I got it from like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, something in like 2017, 2018. I've had this bag, well, 4 times technically now. One of them was a color I didn't like, so I only count 3 times because that color I didn't keep it very long. The other 2 did wear out well, not even very quickly, over time, because I used it as my daily bag for years. Like, you guys probably saw a lot of my ballet content with this bag. My trip in 2019 to Europe where I did all that ballet stuff, this bag was what went with me. And this one I just found this past year on Poshmark. It's in pretty good condition. There's only a couple things where I can already see it, and I did glue it a little bit to hope that it kind of holds off some of the wear. We'll see. But this is like my favorite, and it's like the best style, I feel like, because while yes, it looks big for someone like me who, one, is carrying camera gear, but also if I want to have a sweater with me, like, and it's hot, but I want to have a sweater or jacket, I want to maybe be able to put a souvenir in here if I buy one or something. Like, this holds a lot. It's got a lot of room. It also has zipper top, which is secure. It has all these extra zipper pockets. This can go on my shoulder, so I can hold it like this, which is what I did last time, like on the tube. I can still put this over me if I feel like I need to for extra security. If I'm reaching in and out for like a camera, it's very easy for me to do that, and I like that. So it is a good possibility. My goal is eventually to find something exactly like this, but like maybe like a Michael Kors, Kate Spade, Coach, pebbled leather that's gonna hold up, because I do worry even using this just for this one trip, it's going to fall apart and I won't be able to use it again. And I'm very sad about that. So not that this is one I really use at home, so maybe it really is the perfect one just for travel, but I just don't know how long it's going to hold up. So that's a thought. This 100% will be coming with me. That's why I found the one on Poshmark, because I loved it so much. Now people are probably saying, Allie, but a backpack would be easier with all that gear. One, I don't like carrying backpacks if I don't have to. I just don't. I also don't like the fact that, like, you know, if we're in Europe and like in crowded areas or places where stuff could happen, I don't want a backpack on my back with all my camera gear in it. That's just me. And I definitely won't be carrying like a camera backpack. That's just very not me. The only time I ever do that is for like my big sessions, like weddings here. Um, my parents got me this one for Christmas, which is very nice. It's just from Amazon. And it's nice, like it's small, but not too small. It would definitely hold my camera gear in it. But again, I just worry about having a backpack on my back. It is a little more complicated to like pull it off and reach all the way in here because it's kind of like a black pit. So I don't know that this would be my ideal one. I don't even know if I'm going to bring it, to be honest. And I wanted a pink bag. You all know me, I love pink. So this is a very nice bag, and I've used it for a couple small shoots here when I've just wanted to carry a low key bag with me. But I don't know that I would take that. Now, in previous trips, I definitely won't be taking this one, but I carried this through Europe many times with a large camera in it back in like 2011, maybe 2011. Trying to think what trip that was. This was my very first Coach bag. It's definitely like discolored now and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, but it's like, it's spacious. It's massive. And I've kept it because my mommy bought me this, and it was my first one my first one I ever got, and it was very special to me. It's very stained, it's got issues, but I still like it, and it's pink. I will not be taking that one, but I love that kind of style for that. I also had a whole trip where there's pictures of me with my, not this one, but my navy Longchamp medium bag. Problem with this is, like, while it's great for carrying around, and it really is, for me to then try and get in the zipper out here, like, I mean, I guess I could always have it on this side, but again, like trying to get in the zipper under the little flap, pull a whole camera out, I just feel like that may be a little too complicated for me. I don't know. So I might still take it because, you know, Longchamps can fold up really small, so we'll see. I had found this one thinking this would be a great alternative. This is from Urban Outfitters, and it is the Cindy bag. It is a very baby pale pink tote. It's cute. It's so soft and buttery, but it feels like it's made of paper. It feels like it is going to fall apart the second I use it, so I'd be afraid to even take this and not have it even last the trip. Again, just like my Longchamp though, it folds up so small because it's so like thin and lightweight that I really could still take this just in case I needed it. I just don't know. This next one I am going to take, but there are limitations to it. It may be the one I use more just for the day we're doing a wedding. And it is a small ceremony, so it's not like a full wedding, which is why I'm also not bringing my big full frame gear. I've wanted to take this camera. This is like my baby. It's my smaller full frame Canon and a fairly small but high quality lens, and I just love it. But because this is a smaller wedding and everything, I am planning to just take my Fujifilm gear. And I have done a whole wedding on Fujifilm before, so I'm not worried about like it not being a good enough quality wedding or wedding photos or anything. And also, I don't feel like they're going to get married in a castle in Italy. I think I can get good photos with even my phone if I had to. But the point is, I'm going to take them in this bag, which this is a camera bag technically. This is the Malia bag. I got it off Amazon. Actually, I've had it 3 times. Not because it's bad quality, but the first one I had, I used so much. And they actually then, because I posted about it all the time and would share about it all the time, they sent me another one, which I was like, wow, this is great. I haven't used the second one as much because I was still using the first one, but then this newest one came out with a new feature that I liked. That's something that I had been asking about for a long time. And it's that this pocket back here, which I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it very well, is now a zipper pocket. And it didn't used to be. And I feel like that made the bag hold so much more suddenly by being able to zip the pocket shut. So the old ones had a lighter pink interior, and I feel like the outside was maybe slightly lighter pink too, which I liked better, but this is still great. It has a good shoulder strap, and it has a full crossbody strap that I've also actually used as a camera strap because I have the other bags. So it's great for that. It's great for like holding. I'll stand up a little bit so you can see. So it's still a fairly small bag though. And at the moment, it has pretty much all the camera gear that I would bring with me or that I'm planning to bring with me. Me being me, again, wanting to make sure I can get all the photos I could possibly want to get. I do feel like I want to take even more just because what if? But also I know I'm not going to want to be changing lenses and stuff all the time on this trip. So for my own personal stuff, majority of the time I will probably just use my Fujifilm X100VI, which is what I use 99% of the time for just my own stuff. And for travels and trips that we take, like all our Disney photos, everything, it's pretty much on that camera because it's just easy. It's weather sealed. I can't change lenses, so it is what it is. And I can just stick it in this little pouch. So that is what I will probably use for most of the trip. That's 100%. All this stuff in here is going with me. It's just more what's going to be the one I'm using the most. This is my Fujifilm X-E5, which is a bit of a smaller camera. It does change lenses. Right now I just have a little flat 18mm pancake lens, so it's going to do wide shots, which I can use for the wedding, but I also would just use this probably mostly in addition to the one I just showed you guys. Those two are probably what I will use the most out of the whole trip for myself. Now, during the wedding part though, I will probably have this lens on that camera. This is a 23mm f1.4 in full frame. That's basically a 35, which is like kind of normal portrait lens, and it's very sharp, very clean. That's probably what I will use on the other camera I just showed you. And then I have a third camera in here because this is my big robust Fuji camera. And so for doing a wedding, I want at least one good robust camera with like 2 cards, lots of bigger battery. It's all weather sealed. This is the Fujifilm X-T5. And then I have the 5612 on here, the newer one, and it's all weather sealed so that if there was any weather or anything, which we're going to be at Castle, so I don't know, but it is near the mountains. This will be a great one just for like all the portraits and stuff. And being a low-key ceremony, I don't need as many quick thinking options because they're not gonna be like running around doing stuff that I can't just have them pose for again. Like it's gonna be pretty easy and simple with just close family and that's it. So, but that's all I need. There is a part of me that wants, where did I put that lens? Oh, it's the lens I'm filming on. My bad. There's a lens I'm filming on that I have thought about taking because it is a good quality zoom lens. And for like travel photography, nature photography, that would be honestly really good. It's the 60-55 Fuji, the newest one, f2.8. It's great. I don't usually use zoom lenses, but for travel, it would be good. So I've debated that. And I know that I can put at least like, honestly, for the rest of the trip, I will probably put this whole thing, the big one I just showed you guys, in my husband's bag. And then I will have a lot less in here. Like I could even put that extra lens in his bag and like, that's it, because he's not going to carry much else, whereas I will still probably want to carry all the purse stuff in mine that I normally carry, like things we could need, my phone, like medicine, all that stuff. So that's kind of my debate right now, and yes, this bag could do that, like for the rest of the trip. I'm aware of that. However, my thought is like, okay, if I want souvenirs and we're out somewhere for the whole day, like we're doing a couple like tour days where we're not going to be back at the hotel kind of thing, and I may want like to have a sweater with me. I may want to have some extra snacks with me. I may want to get some souvenirs that we put. I want to be able to just put stuff in a bag and be able to still go about our day and not have to worry about, oh, now we're carrying this extra bag of souvenirs or this, or carrying an extra jacket or something. That's where I feel like this big Jessica Simpson one is going to be the one that I'm probably going to want to use. Like maybe I'll use this for like the wedding day just because it's a little easier and low key. And that day I'm pretty much going to have all my cameras strapped to me anyway. Because that's the other thing, I do have to have all my extra batteries for that. I have to have my extra SD cards, my lens cleaning stuff, just any extra little things I need for the wedding day is also going to have to be on me. So that's the only reason I debated this bag was for the wedding day specifically, but then I realized I'm going to have my camera strapped to me and just have extra stuff. This is probably just going to get in the way. So those are my thoughts. I still want to take like this one at least with me, and I know I don't need to. My mind is saying this would get me probably the most amazing wedding photos out of all of them just because it's full frame. At the same time, I know the Fuji can do an amazing job. I don't know the layout of where exactly the ceremony is going to be, where in the castle, all those things. I don't know if any of it's inside at night and I'm going to want more low light. Flash wise, I wasn't planning on taking one because if I really needed a flash for anything, my X100VI has a built-in flash on it. It would just be that their photos are going to have like a direct flash kind of vibe. And that would just be more stuff in the evenings, like when we go out to dinner after the ceremony and stuff. And I feel like that's fine. That's a vibe. People like that. It's fine. And my brother and his fiance do not care. Like, I don't think they're that particular about exactly how their photos turn out. I did their engagement photos. They were like, yeah, those are amazing. So, and I did a lot of them on Fuji. But there's part of me that's like, I love my Canon, and I have the cheaper 45 one too. I know this is getting way into my camera talk. And it would be a lot smaller and lighter and easier to put on here and would give me almost the same results. But then it's like, I'm bringing another camera body. I'm bringing another battery. I'm bringing another charger. I know I don't need it. It's just part of me is like, I have never actually traveled internationally with any of my big full frame, nice camera gear because like I got most of that after COVID and I haven't traveled internationally since before COVID. So part of me is like, I want it for the fact that, again, this is kind of like, I want to say kind of almost sort of once in a lifetime, not really, but like it'll be many, many years before we can do something like this again. I just don't know what I want. If I wasn't doing the wedding for them, I probably would just have my 2 smaller Fuji cameras and this. But for the wedding, I need to have a little bit better quality lenses, but I also need dual card slots, bigger battery. This is only 1 card slot and a smaller battery because it's the R8. I do have an R6. That camera gets a lot heavier, and then I don't know. I just feel like that's going to add so much more weight to the trip, which I don't want to have to worry about. Again, I'm too paranoid about leaving stuff in a hotel room that I would probably just bring it all with us every single day we're out and about. So that's kind of where I'm at. If anybody has any suggestions for like maybe a better version of this that's like Coach Michael Kors Kate Spade, pink pebbled leather, big slouchy like this, let me know. Because I have been scouring Poshmark and places for old ones, but no luck.